Welcome to another one of my rare movie reviews. I don't usually do movie reviews often, but if it's a movie I really enjoyed or if I'm really passionate about, I decide to just kind of do a movie review on it. And Transformers 1, an unexpected great movie that I can admit that when I first saw the trailer and I talked about it on stream, I was wrong. I was wrong. And I'm gonna be honest about that. It is not what I expected from that movie at all. It was actually a really great movie, and I really enjoyed it. I just want to put that out front right now, because my original thought on the movie from just watching the trailer alone, I thought that it was going to be another kind of crap movie that didn't take itself seriously. It was just going to be like barf comedy, but the jokes in this movie actually land for the most part, and it sets the tone really well for every scene, and it was a very good shocking surprise. So now that I got that out of the way, I want to do a little bit of talking about it, and more importantly, I just want to say, oh my gosh, the D16, Orion Pax, really good characters. I like the voice acting from D16 slash Megatron, and Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime slash Orion Pax was very well fitting. Again, though, I must iterate, I have never been a huge Transformers fan. I've gone in and out of watching Transformers. I have not been like a dedicated fan, but I casually enjoy it. I am aware that Peter Cullen is the voice of Optimus Prime, and I'm not saying that Chris Hemsworth outdid him or anything like that, but I am saying that I really liked his performance of Orion Pax and Optimus Prime. I think he played the hopeful, optimistic character slash becoming of a leader character really well. And D16 by Tyler, gosh dang it, I butchered his name, but the voice actor for D16 and Megatron, oh my gosh, I loved it. Tyree Henry, yes, there we go. God, I stumbled on my words. I'm so sorry about that. But Tyree Henry was a great actor for D16. You can see the pitch of his voice change throughout the growing and understanding of what D16 is going throughout the entire movie. He starts out as like the good friend, the bro, the homie, the great guy, and then slowly you watch his anger consume him until he becomes what we all know what he becomes, and it is fantastic. Scarlett Johansson as Elita, right? I butchered that name too. Gosh, I'm so bad with names. But they were good as well. I liked them. And then Bumblebee was funny. I think Bumblebee was a really good comedic relief, even though the Badassatron joke kind of, I wouldn't say overstayed, but they did it 3 times, and I thought twice was enough. But yeah, that's not really a spoiler since that was in the trailer, so I didn't spoil nothing, okay? But now I'm gonna get into it. We're gonna start talking about the overview of the movie. Just a sub kind of like plot, just in case if you're thinking about going and understanding this. So the main plot of the movie is finding the Matrix of Leadership. And they want to find the Matrix of Leadership because the planet has gone dry of this cyber material that they've been mining for down in the center of the planet, and only the Matrix of Leadership can get the cybertronium flowing again. And that's basically the main plot of the movie, is they got to get that. But there's a bunch of other stuff that happens along the way, and it's great. And I just, the animation's on point. I was gonna say I just really like it. I do. I really like this movie. The animation's on point. The movie, when it wants to take itself serious, it takes itself really serious, because it can go from like a very comedic, like la di da da da, to oh crap, that's not good. And it does it really well. It does it so well, I would say. I would put it up there with, like, if you've ever watched I think it's an Underdog movie, like the Ultraman movie that came out earlier this year, and the Puss in Boots movie that came out last year, where everybody kind of thought that movie was a flop too, and then turns out it was really good. This movie was really good. I think this has been said a lot, but the marketing for this movie was all wrong. They should have not marketed as like a ultra omega comedy, because like all the comedy in the trailer is basically all the comedy in the movie, and it's weird. It's really weird. Why some of those jokes, if they were in the trailer, they probably would have landed even better. But yeah, so let's talk about a little bit about the spoilers. I'm gonna go into spoilers now, so if you want to quickly pause or come back to the video later when you watch this movie, I got Optimus Prime / Orion Pax behind me, but if you want to pause, come back in just a moment, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the spoilers now. So, spoiler alert. Okay, nah, I've gave ample time, but dude, I can't believe what Sentinel Prime did. I think that twist actually got me, even though the foreshadowing of that was like super obvious, but I still was like, I can't believe it. How could he? Dude, Sentinel Prime is one of the most evil villains I've seen in a long time, and this is coming from me. I'm a villain tuber after all. He invented so many horrible things. Like throughout like the movie, you see like these Transformers pick on the other Transformers that don't have like transforming cogs in their chest. But it turns out every Transformer is born with a cog that makes them transform. So he invented the worst thing that... The worst thing! He invented the worst thing ever! That's crazy evil! Not only that, but he exterminated all the Primes! Basically by himself, by betraying them. That's so evil. I fully understand the rage that D16 / Megatron had, because dude, I was kind of feeling that throughout the whole movie too. And the Arachnid Transformer, dude, she's scary. When that scene where like her face peels back and like there's all those eyes there and like looking around, every time she did that like it made me go, ugh. You know? Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, that was crazy. It was like everything about that is really good. The intense scene where D16 and Orion Pax are in the mines and they save someone with the J, but they save him and he lost his leg, and that was really intense too. And then all for Darkwing to just drop out of nowhere and fire poor Alita, and she's like, I was following protocol. But turns out it just doesn't matter how good of a job you do in that society. You're gonna get tossed under the bus, because in that world it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't. It did not matter. That was crazy. They treated the minor Transformers so poorly. It was so bad. And then Orion Pax tricked D16 into going into a race. And they did a race and they were about to win, only for them to get last place because their jetpacks ran out of fuel, and they were walking because they can't transform. So they got hit by a lady, like literally hit, and then a bunch of other cars drove past them. I thought they were also gonna hit them, not gonna lie, because that's how evil most of these Transformers are to the Transformers that can't transform. They're just cruel, straight up cruel to them. But once the middle of the movie happens, or I guess 2/3 of the way into the movie happens, it's a very short movie but very well paced. Okay, they finally get their transforming cogs and they start transforming, and that's when everything changes, because they understand everything that Sentinel Prime did. D16, Alita, Bumblebee. Oh yeah, they get sent down with Bumblebee, and Bumblebee's kind of funny, but then they quickly get out of the area. They don't spend too much time there. I was kind of worried that they would do that, because like Bumblebee is funny in this movie, but he's kind of got the effect, if they focus too much on him, it would be not funny and more cringe, and they were walking on a fine line with that. Like, it was funny, but it like balanced on the edge of cringe. They were like walking on the wire with that. It was like they were balancing perfectly, you know? It was leaning and wobbling. It could have been cringe, it could have been not cringe, but oh my goodness, it was good. It was really good. So I don't know, I really enjoyed it. So I want to go, okay, so this guy right here, oh my gosh, I like this scene when he's explaining everything that happens with like the past and how they got betrayed, and he's like, he gave the little encouragement to Orion Pax, and he uses the same line later on in the movie to inspire others, and he's like, it's not about the cogs that you transform with, but it's about the spark that resides in your core. And that's a bang of a line, a banger of a line, man. It's awesome. I loved it. Okay, and then we get on to later in the movie, boop, and dude, Megatron, man, Megatron is crazy, legitimately insane. Like, but you feel so bad for him because Sentinel Prime did all of this, bro, every single bit. And you understand his rage and his anger, but it's not the right thing to do. And his friends are trying to tell him to stop, but he can't. He has to do what he has to do. And there's this one a really impactful scene, and he's like, I'm done saving you. And he drops him. And I'm being kind of vague, but not. Oh my gosh, I had my jaw drop to the floor, and I was like, dude, this is definitely not what they were marketing it as. This made my brain almost explode everywhere. Honestly, I didn't expect to like this much, because I'm not used to like animated Transformers. I've only ever really seen the live action movies, and they're like, I kind of have them in the same spot as like Godzilla movies, but like I enjoy them a lot less, I guess. But just if they just focus on the Transformers, dude, like this, it's so good. Like the Transformer characters carry the scenes in the movies, and I hope this movie does well. Like, I heard it's been doing pretty poorly, but I don't understand. But this movie is so good, it's so underrated, and seeing Megatron and Optimus Prime becoming who they are is so good. Especially because I would say now I'm probably a Transformer. This movie probably made me a Transformers fan, because I didn't really care for Transformers media that much. Besides the movies, I was always in and out of them though. So, but this movie, dude, I think it made me a Transformers fan, man. I'm gonna have to start watching some Transformers shows or something. I know they have them out there, but I don't know. I'm shocked. I'm shocked about how much I enjoyed this movie. I'm shocked. It is a really, really good movie, and I really hope it does well. So that's why I kind of wanted to make this little review. Honestly, I'm gonna give this movie an 8 out of 10. It has really good pacing. It has really good animation. It was balancing on the line. The comedy was balancing on the line of like cringe to not cringe to funny. Some of the moments where it's not like a line but an action that they do instead, those moments hit a lot better than the ones where they're like badass or other kind of like jokes, you know. But Like the ones where they don't talk and they just do like a certain action, those ones always land. Those gags always land. And they're really good. It's they have a lot of heartbreaking scenes in this movie. They have a bunch of content to offer. It's really, really good. I definitely recommend this movie. You know, honestly, yeah, honestly, it's an 8 out of 10. Like, it left me wanting more. So that is perfect. And if this movie gets a sequel, I heard that it's supposed to be a trilogy, maybe. So the ranking could change depending on how good the other movies do, because I like to do trilogies as like a set and overall, but I hope this movie does better now that people are waking up to seeing how good this movie is. I definitely recommend go watch it. It's a really good hour and like 30 minutes of your time, and I enjoyed it. It's beautiful, okay? So definitely go check it out. Other than that, take care, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this small little review today. Please take care and be safe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! Bye, 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 bye. Still no explosion yet.